There we go. Okay, let me see how I got it here. I think I got it changed around, working right. Okay, there it is. There we go. Ta-da! These things are really cheap. Cool. Thanks, Heather. See? Another few weeks and the next thing you know, they'll be calling you one of those mods like they call me. You will be my right-hand girl. Really, you'll be my left-hand girl because I'm left-handed. Oh. I lost a nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Most time you don't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm just running. We're just running slow, and you know what though? It's funny because it always happens about this time. Yeah, I know. TMI, right? Oops. But I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's not really anything that I have control over. It may be the my internet, my ISP. It could be a lot of things. But if I eliminate all the things that I can control, and then I can turn around and start griping, and they'll turn around and just shrug their shoulders, and that'll be the end of that. Okay. So I'm gonna start something else. Wow, I'm not dropping frames. Usually when it buffers like that, I start to drop frames. I don't know, it looks good on my end. Let me do a quick check here. There is a site, and I don't know exactly how it works, to be honest with you. And I don't fully understand it, but what I do know, if I can find it, I do know that if it's got red in it, I have problems. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's my problem too. Yeah. Okay. It's not my fault, gang. I'm sorry. I can't explain it. I don't know how. I don't know how they label it or whatever, but Twitch has something running slow. Let me go ahead and post this link. I should put it in memory. And it may change, you know. I would think that if they see that there's a problem over there, they're going to change it over really quick. But whenever one of those, and I don't understand it, but whenever the chat thing, which that runs slow periodically a lot, and I guess that might be because everybody's chatting it up. Yuck, 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 yuck. I gotta sit down, man. Whatever that chat thing is, I've noticed that when that goes red or yellow, I start seeing problems. Either yeah. See, so the other stream's going bad too, right? Yeah. So I am confident enough to say that it's not my fault, man. I'm sorry. Because I still think that I have a problem with my internet, and I'm just starting to wonder if, as time goes on, infrastructure is getting older, and you know, now kids aren't happy with having just one cell phone. You know, they got to have their burn phone and all that other kind of stuff too. And all of those are set up to hook up on Wi-Fi and the web. Yeah, we're just too busy, man. It's just like the highway system. It's getting to be that way. I think one of these days I'm gonna have a project. I'm gonna build a soapbox, just so I can get up it and get off it. Oh, I gotta stretch my legs. Oh God. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's one of the reasons why I expanded everything that I had over here. And I tried to separate it out so that we had the phones and stuff were on Wi-Fi, and all the mainframes, which that was like our the ones that we use all the time, the desktop and stuff, they were on a wire. And there was a time when if we had a problem with Wi-Fi, you could go to a regular PC and you could do whatever you need to get done. Now everything's throttling the same. And to me, I would think that if that's the case, then it's something beyond our network. Well, except for the fact that it's about time for me to replace our router again because we cooked it. What a concept. What do we call it? We can't call it fiber optics. Hey, 11th, how are you? Long time no see. How you been? Hey, how's the stream look? How do pictures look on the stream? Do I sound? Does it seem like I'm laggy? I don't know. I'm thinking about this, our next project. What I'm going to make is... Good. That don't mean nothing. I say good. Next thing you know, everything will crash. I'm thinking that I really need to make these. And this would be like a good little quickie Friday project. Yeah, I'm hiding. I'm sitting down. Rubbing my legs a little bit. But I think... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I need to make some cord wrappers. I showed a picture earlier. What I do every morning when I come in, it's like a setting up shop. I hook up the a cable from here, and I run it to my switch that's in our computer room, and that's what I use for streaming. And then any other time, I just close. I roll that up. I got it looks like a hose reel. I roll it up, and I just use Wi-Fi in here because there's nothing that's that life-threatening, and my Wi-Fi is pretty good most of the time. So anyway, we have to do the same thing when I bring the kiosk in for Jan to stream, except I don't use, I think I got 125 feet or 150 feet. I don't need 150 feet of cable. So I've got a shorter piece that I made. Well, I need to put that on some kind of a device to wrap it up to keep it from getting tangled. I've got that. I've got, right now, Jan's been using a plug-in mic that we had originally got for when we were doing YouTube videos, and it seemed to work pretty good. but it's wired. So you know, you gotta open it. I gotta open up the machine, the computer, plug it in, run everything up to where it needs to go. You know, all that kind of stuff. So I need to make a smaller one for that, so that it doesn't get tangled up, because it takes me like 15-20 minutes to untangle that stupid little thin piece of wire. So what I'm thinking, which is scary, it's too big. I don't need it that big. That's what I'm using for the wire that I'm running. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sitting here pointing and talking. Here, let's do a three-way. Ooh. I gotta put a. This is a gratuitous advertisement for Delta. Yeah, right. You can't hear me? Yeah, that'd be too big. Wait a minute, let me see. Sometimes I have to restart my electrical. I'm always off screen. I'm always off screen. Or I'm always off. One of the two. Okay. Maybe. It's okay. So I'm gonna make it like a ladder. You know, it'd be really easy. I cut this in half, put two wheels in it, kind of round it off a little bit so it doesn't catch up on anything. And I've got dowels coming out of my earlobes. And I think that one, that's a nice square one. See you later, Meg. Have a good one. Come and stop by. Jan's going to be streaming this weekend. I just don't know when. Let's do that. I'm going to need the drill press. And the drill press is really hard to see. Okay. See you later, crap. Oh, you're not going yet? I figure you're sneaking out, though, because it's about lunchtime. Ooh, lunchtime. Ooh, what a concept. Anyway. So it doesn't have to be that big, about like that. So I get my trusty rusty, which I had in my pocket all the time, and I set it down by the computer. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, this thing's 24 inches. Cool. So let's just cut this in half at 12. Drill a couple holes in it, round it off, kind of make it look kind of pretty. And then we'll make one. See how it looks. I have to do some practicing on what size hole I'm going to drill. This is a 3/8 inch hole. I probably have to drill it just one size above that. I forgot what the size is off the top of my head. And then we'll go from there. So we'll get my super great, fantastic, gee, it's a little dusty in here, crosscut sled. When I built this thing, I'm sitting there and I was thinking, gee, I'll put that in the middle. Maybe I should make it smaller. I kept saying that. And now after I've been using it, and there have been a lot of times that I wish I could have used this to cut panels, I'm sitting there, I'm going, well, maybe I'll make the next one bigger. The only thing is, if I do next one bigger, oh really? Wow, housebroken. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let's get this cut. Let's not get this cut. Let's raise the blade. See, the other thing is by making it, it doesn't cost me anything. Whereas I'd have to pay a whole $2 or $3 to buy one. And it's Friday, and I wasn't original enough to come up with a new stream. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. This is this? Yeah, that's it. That'll work. Doughboy, how you doing? Oh wow. Nice to come home, huh? I probably don't need this much, but hey. Now, Yak, this isn't as good as Turner's tape. This is from the dollar store. And this is one of the reasons why I keep long fingernails. Because getting the end off of this is... This is one of those times when I probably should turn the mic off and tell this piece of tape what I really think. There we go. It sticks good. It sticks so good that it's going to be a pain in the butt to get off. That's pretty close to even. It takes pressure to make it stick. I am making a ladder. I am actually making a cord winder. And that's just because oh, I thought she was asking me where I was. I was right here. Yeah, well then it wouldn't be family friendly, and I get yelled at. Oh. One of these days I want to dang, I don't know what happened. These things fit when I put them on. Yeah, it's hot. I have my own set of special drill bits for this. Official Harbor Freight guys that hardly ever drill. The nice part is the indexes, I don't have to measure. I don't have to measure for this. I don't have to drill holes. You know, I should know better. Maybe I ought to read it because I know which one I need. 350/64 or something like that. This one may be a little undersized. It'll actually fit in a 3/8 inch hole. That's amazing. Gotta make sure I'm putting the right one in the right place. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm real sorry. For some reason my cord doesn't want to reach. And my other cord doesn't want to reach. So, this is going to be long distance videoing. Hopefully, if all you see is back, then it's an Iggy shot. Oh man, it was 80 something degrees this morning when I got up. It's like nuts. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and this was oh man, that's nuts. That's crazy. I'm working on getting the wiring, doing a couple other things with the wiring so I can get that plug that I got set up done. And maybe I'll be able to do a little bit more original stuff here. This is a pretty good drill press. I mean, it's cheap. You know, I paid like $89 for it or something like that. And I'm sorry that this is I think an 8. I wish I'd have got the 10. Paid a little extra money because yeah. Oh, it's a dry heat. Yeah. Uh-huh. I've heard that before. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put a mark 2 inches down and 2 inches up. No, I'm going to go 3 instead. I changed my mind. I can do that. I'm still building.
Offers a wide range of quality and effective products that meet every gardener's needs. With easy-to-use dust, liquids, and granules,
I got a cross piece here. I got a cross piece here.
Stay in good shape and protected. 7 bug killers are available now at Walmart.
And if I don't have to measure, I get away with it. And I probably could have made one of these, but I was lazy at the time. So I just bought one from Rockler. And they work pretty good. So that gives me my center points of where I need to go. I don't use this that often. I'm going to do that. Now, one of the things... K-Dog, what's happening? One of the things that I learned with those Harbor Freight drill bits, that if you don't put some kind of a pilot in there, or mark, they will walk from here all the way down the block. Whoa! Thanks for the follow, Armor. You're following this high quality stuff here. Yeah, right. Okay. Boy, this is a dull bit. I got it running real slow. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. You know what somebody would say? You're getting old, man. There we go. Okay, I'm going to leave that in there because I'll probably end up doing a couple more. Oh. Sore? I had the same problem when I did mine. So it's K-Dog Zombie, not K-Dog Happy. So I'm just sanding out the burr. Burr, burr, burr. Pulling off the tear out. And I figure about 3 inches wide is probably going to be, dang, this is some fine paper. And you go from 80 grit to 180, boy, that's a lot of work. Should have just done it with a pocket knife. Okay. This side looks bad too. No, what'd you do to your Discord? Did it break? You know, this is one of these things. You know, I did a lot of sanding yesterday and today, and I come up with this as a real quickie thing to put together. I came up with this to put together real quick, so this way at least we can get something done on the stream. Oh wow, it's not. I'm still dropping frames, but it's not as bad. It's only 1.6% since they popped me around. Now comes the fun. For me? Oh, what did I do? Oh, for craft? Uh-oh. Okay. Now, if we're really careful, this will come off. Looks like a snake skin. Oh, you can't see that. Okay. Let me change it so that maybe we can see something here. Alright, there we go. So anyway, look at this. It looks like a snake skin. Yeah. That was funny. That was funny. So what'd you do? Just like, did you drop the torch on it, or did you click the little thing that says? That's funny. I'll tell you what though, K-Dog got a little concerned about that. I had to take I was able to hear him with my headphones off. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm sorry, that happens, you know? It's like, hey. That was one of these. I'm just babbling. I'm not saying much of anything. So what? We'll make more. Try doing a refresh craft, because according to me, I'm supposed to be doing. It's doing okay here. Of course, that ain't saying what's going on afterward. Oh, and you were holding the torch, because I remember it was dark. Yeah. Yeah. So what? Yeah, oh, Jan wasn't going to go without that camera. So, what we did was, it's basically the exact same camera that I had, except it's, the next step up, it's a 180p. So, now, the software is asking for 180p, and it's able to get it. So, it's working right. It's not getting hot. It's warm, but it's not hot. Okay, so we got the cross pieces. So now, boy, is that a straight piece, huh? Now what I'm going to do, I forgot to see how wide these were. It's close enough to a 1/2 inch. So if I want to have, I want it to be about that wide. It doesn't have to be that real wide. Hey, I said 3 inches before, so yeah, pretty close. So I'm gonna make this 3.5 inches wide, and that'll should give me a little bit over 3 inches inside. Yeah, holding the torch, cool. So I don't know. I don't understand that. But now Twitch was running slow. The chat portion is running slow. Like really bad. So it may be that's what's giving the problem. It says me? I don't know. I wasn't there. Yeah, how'd you guys' game go? I thought you guys got kicked out or something. And I made that a 1/2 inch too short. Look at that. That's close enough for gym work. I've made these before, and the funny part is I don't know where they went. Okay. If something slipped, I'd rather lose an eraser than a finger. From what I've seen, all you need is just some kind of light. I mean, I was running around like an idiot with Hi Centurion, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by and killing time with the gang. Okay. Here's another part where I'm going to disappear. This is what's nice about this thing, except that my only gripe is the wheels, because they don't like to hang up on stuff. And I got a cord hanging back there. What went wrong, K-Dog? These wheels are small, they're not all terrain, and I've got a few cords that are hanging down. If I'm able to get them out of the way, I can spin this thing like that. Maybe pull it forward a little bit. And show you freehand forming. I should have kept the tape on them, but I didn't. Yeah. Okay, they're a little closer to match. They're not perfect. They're not bad. There's actually... Wow. There's actually a little bit of lag between my cameras and my computer. I will stick this in front of my computer and I can count to like 1 and then it'll kick in. But I'm not losing anything. Good. Good. Serve them right. See, they probably think you're sitting at work. This is one of the few places that... That's one of the few machines that's on the dustiest machines I know. Probably should be wearing a dust mask. He'll be there in a week! Oh yeah, Yak wasn't here for that story. This is one of the reasons why I keep a roundover bit handy. Or in my router. Cause now all I need to do, and I know you guys can't see this. Hey Ick! Thanks. Yeah, you have a good day. Nice Friday. Happy weekend. And I will see you when we can. Alright, so now let's see if I can get the other machine. I might have enough cable for this. I might have enough for that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
try.
show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open
I
your
have too many.
eyes.
I have so many choices here.
Colors. And
Oops.
shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
That's not the choice I wanted.
I like how if you switch to
Here it
Geico,
is.
you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, why don't I
So I normally it's
you call them?
Geico, because saving 50%
it's
on
probably
car
not the
insurance
best
is
idea to
always
do,
a great answer.
especially in a humid condition. But I keep this guy. Okay, this is good. I always keep a roundover bit in here, so this way normally I don't move it out. Normally I just kind of like run over there and plug it in and run it. And this thing has no dust collection unless you have this cover on. And this is a little narrow. So I'm going to use a little extra safety stuff. Good. Maybe everybody got off at our lunch and they went home and everything caught up. Who knows? So here we go. This is a nice little router, nice little machine, but it's got to wind up. Wow, that's a first. Whoops. That is a first. It's not thick enough. Your joint pill? So you didn't do your joint. So this one's going to be rounded off a little bit off. And I really don't know how much round off I'm going to get off of this. I may have to go with a smaller one. Alright, let's try that. Well, well, well. We are having issues. That ain't gonna work. I just busted that one up. We're not gonna be able to round it off. I gotta make another set. So we give up on that. Have to do it with sander. Ow. See? See? That's the way it's supposed to be. So we're gonna have to do another set. But I'll use this as a form. I have just begun to fight. There's more than one way to skin one. Yeah, really. Okay, we'll do this. Yeah. It's too thick. I had one. This is the way I originally had planned on doing it. So we might as well do it the way that I originally planned. Except I'm not going to round them over because they'll be way too thin. So we go here. I might as well set my holes up here too while I'm here. Like that. And I hate to say it, but these will become paint stirrers. I'll cut them down. Alright, so we're going to cut it about, yeah, that's close enough. The electricity, yeah. Yeah, I need a razor blade. Oh gee, I need to change the camera too. There we go. I like that overhead camera. That ended up being a pretty good build. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with the short pole and figure out a way to be able to like set the thing down lower. Cause I've got another arm. So I've got two arms. Oh, cool. Have fun. Have a good lunch. See you later. Okay. That part's done. We'll go over here. The lunch place. I have got... What did I do with my sacrificial? Oh, there it is. Sacrificial, that sounds kind of bad. This is one of the places that I wish I did have a bandsaw because it's a little bit easier to split these. But I can do it with table saw. I resaw with table saw all the time. I saw once, so I saw again, so that means I resaw. Okay, so we got that there like that. Let's see. My, we're dusty. And we'll run over here. And we'll go, okay, there it is. Wow, you can actually see. So if I move this out of the way enough. I gotta get rid of the scrap wood. I gotta start building some scrap wood projects. Oh wow, pizza, you lucky booger. You see this? Yeah, you can see it. I'd kill for cold pizza. Although it'd probably kill me too. I'd have to follow it up with some kind of hot soup or something to get it to go down. So, that's an interesting story. No kidding. Oh, man. Well, you get on stream when he's on tonight, isn't he? When he's on tonight, you get on stream and give him hell. It's Toby the Glass Man. Because the Glass Man cometh. I got to get a decent piece of sandpaper over here. You know, this is kind of nice because I don't have to have the air compressor running, so I'm not apologizing. That's 220. I don't want 220. Here, I got some 80 grit. This should be 80. This is SPF 29. Ooh, I won't get sunburned with it. I buy that stuff from Klingspor. Whoa, almost lost the camera. I buy that stuff from Klingspor, and I cut out all the stuff from my different sanders with the stuff that'll fit. And whatever's left, I can scrap. I just leave them like strips or pieces. And then for stuff like this, I just turn around and just knock it out. And I'm not really super worried about it. But if I get it kind of flat, I'll be able to get it to spin around a little bit better. And this is the wild part. That's not it. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry I didn't move it when I went to sand. But that's why I try to keep those two cameras up, because I'm usually jumping between those two on projects like this. And I don't know why, and I don't know what the deal is, but I don't know why they even sell the sticky back stuff anymore, because the stuff don't stick. It's ridiculous. Sand's better without a sander on top of it. That's pretty good. Okay, that flattened it out pretty quick. It's actually pretty square on this thing. Up and down square is probably not even close. Oh, it is. It's pretty good. That's a first. I might not be able to prove that I made this because it's square. Yeah, that's true. And I didn't use spray on this one. I normally do. If I don't use spray, I would use double-sided tape, even though there's glue on it. And the double-sided tape works good, but I noticed that if you're not careful with how you do it, you got to take the plate off and make sure that you run the hole like a square where the contact point is. Otherwise, it gets kind of wavy, and you don't get a real even sanding. It'll give you kind of like a crookedness. And believe me, I sand crooked enough as it is. And that's probably the dustiest machine that I've got. I have hooked vacuum cleaners to it and done all other kind of stuff, and I just can't get it. It just doesn't do well. It doesn't play well with others. I don't have enough room for that. Where's mine? You knew that was coming. Pound cakes and cookies. Oh, man. Okay. This is... I'm surprised you got away with that there, Kato. Yes, I am cheating. I am cheating. I am eyeballing. That'd be close. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, so I need to cut that. And it's actually a little too small, a little too tall for these guys. Oh no, maybe. Hey, we'll go with the overhead on this one. So this way you can see when the blood starts spurting out. I'm looking, so you can't see the blade. Yeah, I would think you'd be able to eat fruit. Even though there's sugar in it, it's fructose. Do you know, and I don't know where Jan heard this from. Somebody told her that. Oh, of course, the writing is in the way. The writing is on the wall. Well, no, it's not. It's on the table saw. And I bet I moved the wrong way. No, I didn't. Here, you guys are going to get up close and personal. Maybe. What the heck? Jeez, I just have this thing hanging over the back of me. How about that? Okay, bird's eye view. What do I see? It'll be just like you're standing behind me. So if you start looking at the ceiling, it'll be just like you were standing behind me and I was getting the heck out of the way in a hurry. Okay. So this is the height. I need to adjust it so that it's level. So that's pretty level. So I'm going to stick this against here. This is going against here. That's high enough to go through there. Oh. Hey. There's a switch here somewhere. Okay, let's see if this will work. I'm also standing behind. Man, that's some hard stuff. I really don't care if it's perfectly even, but it'd be nice if it's close. I hear people talking.
Summer has a certain hue, a kind of vibrancy you can feel and almost hear. And Sam Adams Summer Ale, with 3 new
Catching on
colors
something.
with one great taste, captures the colors of summer perfectly. There's the yellow of the rising day, the orange of a
Yeah, what the heck?
heat-ripened afternoon,
For
and the blue
how
of
come?
long, cool nights. These are the colors of summer, in one perfect
It's
summer ale.
it's hanging up
Sam
on
Adams,
something,
Boston Beer Company,
but yet I
Boston,
don't
Mass.
see
Savor the
anything.
flavor responsibly.
Okay, we'll do it another way then. And maybe I'm putting too much pressure on it. It's catching on something underneath it. There's more than one way to skin a piece of wood. I use my wooden fingers. Okay, we gotta tap this back a little bit, like that. I want to keep some pressure on this while I start it, otherwise it's gonna shoot off. Okay, now then, I'm gonna hold this here. Oh, no kidding. Damn. It just so happens that this little boy's got one. I'm glad you saw that, because for the life of me, I couldn't see where it was going. Because it wasn't dropping up. I bet you this is out of adjustment. Yeah, this booger's sitting a little high. I don't want to play around with readjusting it. Let me see if I can slide this on top of it. Nope. When I made this thing, I forgot to set the template up and put screw hole in it. But the thing is, it runs all the way. I run them all the way down and it fits. See ya. Why are you always running? I think these screws are plastic. Later, K-Dog. Have a good one. Have a nice weekend. There we go. See? I had set that one up so that I didn't have to have those screwed up. And I shouldn't have done it that way. Maybe that'll be another stream. Alright. Where am I going here? Table saw recovery. Thanks, Jack. I couldn't see it. This is the fun part. That's close enough. It's got a little ridge. I ain't gonna worry about it. Alright, let's try that. Let's try this one. To me, this one's a little safer, though. I don't know for sure. Okay, let's see if it'll fire up. Fire in the hole! There we go. That was a trick. Thanks, Yak. I have a little bit there, and then what I'm going to do is pick up my tape measure. I'm gonna run this through the sander. These weren't really square, so they're not really square. But that's not a big deal. Okay. That looks pretty close to smooth. It's going to get hacked up anyway. I normally have 80 grit on this, but I don't. I didn't have any. And they didn't have any to be found in any of the places. So this is like, I think like 120 or something. It works fine. I've got 80 grit on the other one. 80 grit's real good at taking your fingernails off. I'm just making a little bit of a kind of a round over. That wasn't a good round over. Just to kind of get the sharpness off. That's not too bad. And it's freehand. And this one's a little bit thicker, yes. But I'm not really worried about it. This is kind of like proof of concept. I'm trying to figure out if it'll work. Well, I know it's going to work. But more like, how can I build them? So, I got that. I got this guy. I need to give these a little spin. Woo, woo, woo. And I need to set up over here to do the assemblage. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, let me switch it around. Oh, wow, I can actually see there. Okay. Alright, we're going to go back that way. Do a quick check, see if I'm still going. See? Now, I'm like, I'm not dropping anything now all of a sudden. Maybe it's like the lunch traffic left or something. Wow. They're still only like 39 and 40 degrees Celsius, but holy cow, those boogers hot. And they're still cranking. I'm surprised. Of course, like 100 degrees for a chip really isn't that bad. I gotta tighten my thing down. Alright. Okay, there we go. I got two cameras, no waiting. I need my glue, my bot, glue bot, my cup runneth over, and we're gonna put it together. The bad part is after I put it together, I'm gonna have to sit and let it dry. I could drill a pilot hole and run a nail through it, but that technically probably isn't cost effective. I don't know. And I'm looking for something here and I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's what's sitting right up here. Okay. You know, maybe I should pull this off before it ends up in the laundry on Jan's work clothes. Okay. So, it's only 4 parts. Nothing to it. That's what I said an hour ago. This was supposed to be a real quickie. Let's knock it together while we're BSing and visiting and all that kind of stuff. And it ended up going to be one of these going to take forever deals. And I bet it's going to be press fit in there. One of the things that they always say, and I'm saying they because that's what other woodworkers say, always make sure that you have everything set up before you start gluing. So this way when you're in the middle of a glue job, you don't have to go running around for anything and the glue sets up on you. Let me tell you something. I could think I have everything that I could possibly need for a glue job set up, and I'll still end up going, oh, I need this, and having to run away. And then it's always something that I can't find. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's make it look like it's official. Actually, I need the smaller one. Okay, so we put a little bit of glue, like that. And we stick him in here, like that. Ooh, it's flush, see? Fits good. I'm probably too far away. Okay, and then we do the other one. Stick a little glue. Yeah. If it wasn't Murphy, it was his brother-in-law. I think this is going to work out. See, once I get this together, then I'll be able to gauge the sizes kind of what I need for the other ones. I've got one. The microphone that Jan uses always gets the one that Jan uses is always is smaller. It's real thin cable, but it's okay. See, I knew it. Look at that, a ladder. We'll have to remember that so that we can make ladders for the elf on the shelf come Christmas time. That's what we need to do. That would be a collaboration. Have somebody make an elf on the shelf and I'll make the ladder for him. Make it look really bad. Little paint. Nobody will notice that it's one end thicker than the other. Actually, that's a good idea. You think about it, something to hold. Okay, so there it is. Now, it's going to dry, and it's pretty smooth, so I really don't need to do much. I thought I rounded these over. Oh, I'll do a little bit of round over on that, maybe. So, okay, so there it is. Big deal. Yeah. So, and then you just put it in there and you wind it around. I could probably have cut it down a little more because I don't think it'll be that much. But this is for about 25 feet of internet cable. I think it's either 25 or 50. So I figure I want to give enough stack because I don't know exactly how much a roll is going to take on this. So I got that one. I could have made it a little bit wider. Yeah, really. No charge for the sound effects. That would work. Okay, one of the next streams I'll build a biplane. Or try to make one. The hardest part for me is going to be the propeller because I'm really bad at angles. Okay, so I need to make a smaller one, but I'm not going to bore you guys. So I'm going to do the Iggy thing. And I'm going to sit down and let's BS a little bit. And then we could call it, I'm probably going to have to close it up. Because I'm running, my CPU is running at 123. Which probably isn't all that hot. I get all freaky when it gets up above 100. And probably shouldn't. I wish life size. The high school I went to, St. Rita High School, they had a auto shop. And they had an auto shop, and the auto shop is 84 degrees with a feels like of 98. How can that be? Holy fuck it. And it's not sunny out. It's not the heat, it's the humidity, right? Hey, somebody sent me a text message. Ooh, they got a sale at Harbor Freight. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. I promise. I'm gonna have a smoke. Let's talk. So how's life in the fast lane? What's everybody doing this weekend? No, it's not. It's attached to the house. But Texas heat, man. Texas sun. It's murder. We have a big tree in the back. A big pecan tree. And it kind of shelters everything until about noon. And then when the sun is bright at its hottest, the sun comes in enough that it gets the roof and it'll get the front doors. And when I had the front doors closed, you can actually get. Oh no, I built a canoe once. I ain't going down that rabbit hole again. The doors will get hot enough that they're hot to the touch. That Texas sun is murder. It's bad news. As a matter of fact, we built 2 canoes when I was in Boy Scouts when I was a kid. Somebody said, "Hey, let's build a canoe," and my dad said, "Okay." And my dad, he's a woodworker, man. He'd make me look. I look like I'm just piddling. But he turned around and we used to have scout meetings every Monday night, and every Monday night we built one. The first one we built from a kit. My dad took every part and drew it out and put it into a big book. The second one we built, we did the whole thing from scratch. And my dad would cut them out on a table saw, and then we would cut the ends out by hand and fit them all. And we built that one by hand. The first one we did, we used it was like an oilcloth, and we put this cloth, stretched this cloth over the top of it, and then it was like a paint. It wasn't fiberglass, but it was like a paint that we put over the top of it. The second one, somebody got the idea that, well, we should put wood on it and fiberglass over the wood. Okay. My dad was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. It took 5 kids to lift it. That thing was heavy. But we fiberglassed it and everything, and we went through the whole process. and custom painted it and all that kind of stuff. Well, there was about a 5-10 year period that they disbanded the troop because nobody wanted to be scoutmaster or something at the church that I belonged to. Well, about it was like 5-10 years, something like that. And then they started it up again. Well, I'm an Eagle Scout, so all the Eagle Scouts that came out of that troop, we got invited to a dinner, like a restarting kind of dinner. So we got over there and we were talking, and I didn't bring it up. There were a couple of the other guys that did, because I wasn't going to say nothing. But we had gone and looked around and stuff like that, and there's some of the stuff was still up there, and everybody kept asking, well, where's the Klondike Derby sled that we built? Where's the canoes that we built? And there are a couple other things that my dad made that I can't remember what they were. They were smaller. They'd take like maybe 3 or 4 meetings. I think we made. Oh, everybody made shields, like Indian style shields. We made those, and I had mine. I took mine home, but a lot of guys kept them there, and they were gone. We had those shields that were up there, and they were hanging like in the room. These are up above the church. Used to be the church, used to be downstairs, and then up above it they used to have the school. Well, what they did was, let's see, I was in there probably in the 60s. So like in the 60s sometime, they built a whole school, and all the stuff that was left up on top were like for the Girl Scouts had a meeting room, the Cub Scouts had one, Boy Scouts had one. You know, they had all the different groups up there. And we had this thing decorated real nice with most of the stuff that we built. And just about everything that my dad had the guys build was gone. We turned around and found out that after they closed the place, someone who had been associated with the Boy Scouts and then had left came in there, said, oh, we'll get rid of all that stuff for you. He took them off and he ended up selling it. I couldn't believe it. They have a thing in Chicago, the Chicago area. I don't know if they have it in other districts, but they have a deal. They called it a Klondike Derby, and what you had to do was it would be 8 guys. So our troop was big enough. We ended up having like 2. And what you would do is you would build a sled, equip it with the stuff that they suggested, and then you went out there and drug this sled around. One guy had to be on the back, so you were dragging the sled and the guy, and you were going to different places. One place was like you had to build a fire and boil water in a paper cup. The other one was like, I don't know, I don't even remember, but there were like all different kinds of woodmanship that were kind of like winter survival oriented. So we won second place 2 years in a row, and the other guys won first place from our troop, so it didn't matter. Well, the first year we only had one group, and we won second place. It was like by the 3rd year. The first year we only had one group go, and my dad sat down. He looked at it. We looked it up we looked up the Itinerod and saw what they were using, and we built one just like that. And it's funny because all the lumber that we used, it didn't cost Boy Scouts anything. All the lumber that we used was from a picket fence that we had taken down from my house. I remember that. And then we painted it, and we made our own ropes. My dad, okay, hurry back. My dad made everybody get together, and we made our own rope to lash it all. No, we didn't lash it, but there were like ropes that were in there like to keep stuff from falling out and stuff like that. Huh. Yes. The more joules, the better. Joules is a calculation of power. It's like joules is like 1,000 kilowatts or something like that. I forget. It's a power thing. The higher it is, the more power it can take. If you get struck by lightning, your your surge protector should disconnect and go, and not catch on fire. But if you have brownouts and little pulses, the higher the joule rate is a higher pulse, like brownout and then surge, that your protector can take before it disconnects. Does that make sense? Like the one I've got surge protectors. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it would be. My rule of thumb has always been I've always bought the highest joule rating that I can find. Think of it like insurance. And I'm sorry, every time you ask me a question, it costs you money. But my thinking, right, that's it. That's it. The 200, what happens is surge protectors are designed for, the pulses. Like when the best way that I can explain it is like if you ever have flipped a switch and the light bulb popped and went black, what causes that is that when you flip the switch, there's a sudden pulse or rush of electricity. And then oh, that's bull. That's baloney. So, and when that sudden surge hits it, the bulb is like it got super powered and it pops. Well, that's what happens. Yeah, that was the airplane. I got the garage door open. Wow, that picks up good. It was a little biplane. Who talked about building a biplane? Maybe I built one and didn't realize it. Anyway. So yeah, so it's like a fuse. So if you got a 200 joule one and you get 300 joules worth of surge through it, it's gonna pop and break. Whereas if you get a 750 joule one, it takes that much more surge for it to hit it. Okay? Well, you can look at it two ways. If you want to run around replacing that surge protector all the time, then you go ahead and get yourself the lower one, and it will pop before a damaging surge will hit your computer. Okay? If you go the other route and go with the higher one, your computer is going to have to take a little bit of a hit, on the lower joule rate, but your surge protector will last longer. So that's how you want to look at it. This one here, this particular computer that I got, it's got the board itself is designed for that. Oh, hey, welcome back. This, as a matter of fact, the boards that I got from the same company you're getting yours, mine are set up to take minor surges. They're set up so that they can. No, do a higher joule. The higher joule actually protects the surge protector. The lower joule protects your PC. What happens is that it will disengage sooner than the higher joule one will. And so it will stop the power, the high-end power going into your PC. Does that make sense? Here, let me. 200 joules sounds kind of low. Oh no, I wouldn't go 1440. Yeah. Yeah, she's talking about protecting her new computer. I'm trying to remember how I set mine up. This one here is real high joules. It's like 1200. I'm trying to remember. Let me do a quick check. It's been so long since I bought one. Now I'm confused. I think that I'm saying that wrong. Oh, yeah, the sine wave thing. But that also had battery backup, doesn't it? Yeah. That's to go from on spikes that are coming over the top of your thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. I gotta wait for your chips to go through. Thank you, thank you. I had every one of those goes in my head, and it explains it, the whole thing. And I can't think. Okay, I was wrong. What happened is, yeah, I'm hearing all the cheers. Oh, that's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the thing is that I'm better to explain how it works on an antenna. When I had my CB antenna up in the air, I had a lightning arrestor on it, and it was okay. There's the cheers. But what happens is that the joule rating on that was that when it would get hit by lightning, it would divert the lightning to ground. And the joule rating was, the higher the rating was, the more lightning it would divert to ground before it would destroy itself. And there were times that then you were in a crapshoot, because if it destroyed itself, it could actually arc across and go back up into your antenna. I mean, not back up in your antenna, back down your cable into your radio, or just smoke the whole thing and not go and just kind of like dead. So the higher the joule rating, the better it is. The sine wave thing, I've heard of them. I've never really bought one or dealt with one. I know how they work. Basically what they do is AC goes like this, up and down, like a sine wave. Let me get it high enough so you can see. I don't have enough room to do this. AC, if you look at it on an oscilloscope, goes like this. Okay? It's kind of like an S sideways. And the voltages that go through are supposed to be like 100, 110, 120 really is what it is. And that is measured by the top or the peak. Let me get a piece of scratch wood so I can show you. Okay. Let me get this down where you can see this. Okay, so AC makes a wave like this. Okay, and the peaks here are 120. I'm trying to draw it upside down. 120. So what happens is, okay, can you see that? You know, here, let me redo it. I'm a lousy teacher, I'm sorry. Hey, I got sand anyway. Okay, so it looks like that. So what happens is what a spike is when extra voltage is injected in the line. And it may be anywhere in the sine wave, but the part that's a problem is when it goes up above that 120 volts. Okay? Oh, I did the wrong one. Either on the negative, it goes a negative 120 volts, or it goes on the positive. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's a spike. Okay? I'll get this straight yet. Okay, so, come on. Okay, there it is. So, this part here, this part here, they measure the amount of force it is in joules. The bigger this spike is going to be more joules. So the more joules that you have, the more of this that it's going to control. The way that a spike protection does it versus the way the sine wave protection does it are different. The sine wave protection is actually like a filter, and it will take, and if you got noise or any other kind of garbage in here that's spiking this out also, it filters it and makes it a clean wave. So you get a cleaner, more truer voltage. I've heard we use when I work for the Big X, we use something similar to that. We used to call a line filter. And what that did, maybe I'll just stand back farther. What that sine filter did, or line filter did, was it would filter all the noise and garbage out of it. And it's basically the same thing. So, the biggest one you can afford. 720 would be my minimum for me. Most of mine they're not 720, they're 1200. I don't know. I got industrial over here. Let me show you. Just don't yell at me about my bad wiring. Okay, here we go. Over here in the back. Yeah. Gee, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, because the higher the joule rating, there's a more power that it's going to run off the ground. Yeah, probably. With my macho man head. But yeah, this one here is like 1300 or something. 13 or 1400. And I got one that's like that, only smaller, that's powering the kiosk. They also got it. These also have a circuit breaker in them, so you can reset them until it gets to the point that the circuit breaker gets crappy, and then you got to replace it. Those are pretty expensive, but they're industrial strength. They're designed for taking higher wattage. or amperage. I think those are like 18 amps or something like that. They're not 20, but they're more than 15.
With easy-to-use dust, liquids,
Um,
and granules, 7 kills
no,
those bad bugs.
I'm wrong.
Garden and lawn stay
They're 15.
shape and protected.
The other ones were 12.
Available now at
That's what it
Walmart.
is. So this way, anything that I run on here is set up to run at 15 amps or less. So when I plug this into it, it will take 15 amps plus a little bit of surge. Like when I fire up the table saw, it actually goes up to like 17 or 18 amps, and it doesn't pop. But now if it locks up, it'll skyrocket, and it'll reset before my breaker outside does. My breaker outside is 20 amps. Which is really nice when it's raining. But yeah, go with the Joules. Just remember that eventually you're going to have to replace them. They just wear out just from sitting around and sitting there, because you may not realize it, but those things are diverting a lot of spikes and stuff that we don't even realize. And the only reason that I know that is when I worked for Xerox, we had a lot of problems with all that stuff was computerized, and if there was getting a bad signal or something like that coming in through the AC, it would feed the paper at the wrong time or something like that. So I got to see a lot of lines, and man, you wouldn't believe the garbage that's on those things. You know, everybody goes, "Oh, I got a real clean AC line." Oh, no. And then on top of it, all of these, there's a lot of people, you know, they got those things that you plug into the wall that you plug one in on one end, you plug the other in the other, and it works as an internet cable for you. You're dirtying up the line again. You have that internet cable going, that internet signal going all through your house. So if you have something that's sensitive to noise, guess what? It may start picking up that internet stuff. And so, I don't know, you might, who knows? Maybe, let's say it's something like your air conditioner or thermostat or something like that, and it starts doing crazy stuff. You go call the electrician, or you call the AC guy, and the AC guy, he's sitting there scratching his head. He don't know what he's doing. And eventually it gets to the point that after a few $1,000s of tracking it down, it ends up being that your internet connection is talking to your air conditioner. You know, it does freaky things like that. And you live in a house, right? If you were living in an apartment, oh, then it really gets real crazy. That's where line filters were a big thing. Especially like in big buildings, like I was a specialist, and the Sears Tower was one of my accounts. And the power goes in there. It's so funny. That thing is almost like it's got 4 or 5 transformers in the building to ensure that there was the right amount of power that went up and down. So you might have a building that's going like 8 or 10 floors or 20 floors or something like that. They're going crazy. That's just because I did a lot of crap in my life. And you get to be an old man like me, you'll have a lot of smarts too. Do a lot of things, make a lot of mistakes. Have scars to prove it. I'd show you my scars, but I'd get tossed. Sorry. I'd show you my other tattoo too. No, I was just kidding. But yeah, it's like we had one place, and it's just because I just happened to be on a team. They ended up having 15 engineers. They had guys from New York come down. They had 2 guys from England come down. They were electrical engineers and specialized in AC. We went jacking around, looking around. Finally, the office of the building let us walk through and check out all the offices that were on those floors. And it ended up being just one company had it was a machine that was used to cut paper. It would print and cut paper, and it was originally designed to be like for making business cards. Kind of weird thing that was done like maybe in the 50s or 60s. But they had it modified so that it would cut like a kind of like a flyer. And they'd run this thing all the time. And it was just printing the stuff for their mailings or whatever it was they were doing. And this thing had a noisy motor and was backfeeding. And was backfeeding at the right frequency that it was screwing with the computers. Because we weren't the only, our copy machines weren't the only things that were having problems. Oh, cool. My bot put up Jan. Cool. She's advertising. I'm sitting there going, hey, what's Jan doing up here? Because I saw the Jan part. But yeah, you know, so it's like that. We have a machine, we had a machine back then that it was an oscilloscope. And it was a round one, you know. All of them were square. But this is so old and so long ago, that it was round. And we took this thing and we hooked it into, when we started this thing, we hooked it in and we monitored it. We were thinking that it would read the sine wave. And yeah, she knows. She snitches to Santa Claus. But they, it would, you could tell by the sine wave that it would print out. You can tell if there's a voltage fluctuation, or you can tell if it's a dirty line because the sine wave would be looking like this and all this kind of stuff. So it's a really good thing to analyze. It's just once you analyze it, then you got to figure out what's causing the problem. We went to another one. The Chicago Police Department they had just built, well, it was before my time, but I don't know, they're just propagated or something. It was like it just happened. And there was across from them, there was a building, and there was only like one or two companies in there, and this one company had one of our copy machines. And the thing would just turn itself on and start running. And it would just do it once in a while. Well, they called. Well, their technicians were going in there and they were trying different things, and I was like, ooh. So my boss called me up, and it's not my area. It's not even the area that I was being the specialist for. He called me up and says, "Hey, you're one of those ham radio kind of guys, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." He says he was explaining to me what was going on. And it's like, well, gee, I don't know. I have to go take a look at it. So I go over there and I grab a police scanner. And we're sitting there, and every time that they would do, I forgot what they called it, but it's like they would turn around and key up. It's almost like an all points bulletin. Every certain times in the day, almost like clockwork, they would key up and they would start talking names and descriptions and stuff like that. Well, we found out after messing around with it that was done on all the frequencies for the whole city. So they were transmitting like wide open. And it was enough that it was putting RF interference out, and it was setting the machine off to start making copies. So once we figured it out, then it's like, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, this particular machine had a metal plate around the front of it, but for some reason that metal plate floats. It's not really grounded. All I did was I screwed in and ran a wire to the ground on the frame, which in turn goes to the ground on the ground, and it fixed it. It was like 10 minutes. Cost me a quarter. And it took months for us to figure that out. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just like, who would have thunk? But the idea of the police department and the radios and that, we ended up, we kind of started to correlate and get back together. But it's all kinds of stuff like that. You'd be amazed. If your computer mysteriously starts doing stuff, it could be anything from, something going on inside your computer to something going on outside your computer that's getting through the filters and telling your computer to do something. It's flippin' weird. But that's what makes electronics so fun. Ask Giggy. He has to do it with stuff that people actually do on purpose. Anyway, guys, this was fun. But it's like getting to be like almost 1:30. And I'm like wanting to get lunch. So I think since we're running so good that we should actually look to see if we can. Oh yeah, mine does. Mine's got I think mine's got like a 5 or 10. Yeah, it was me. But yeah, some of these they got pretty good warranties too. And you want to make sure that you got the warranties. I'm trying to see who's up. See you later, Yak. Hey, you guys want to go? I don't have much of a choice here. Schrader told me not to raid him because he's not family friendly. Hey, you guys want to go do Imperial Girl? How's that sound? We can do an Imperial Girl. It actually worked pretty good. That's the one to get. Okay, so I'm going to do this and my thing's going to go quiet. Let me see if I can spell her name on the first try. See you later, Yak. Thanks for everything. See, it just killed it. I have a thing that when it sees raid, it goes bananas. Possible raid. It's not a raid. It's me. Okay. IMPERIALGRRL. I'm pretty sure that that's the right one. And to tell you how good I'm going to be about it, no, it won't let me do it. Okay. So I'm going to put the host up, which I'm doing manually here. As soon as I put in all the right nomenclature. Hey, no problem. Thanks for staying here and putting up with me and putting up all the baloney and all that kind of stuff. And it seems like everything, maybe I should start doing afternoon streams, because it seems like everything kind of settles in then. Maybe the sun dries everything out. Did she just disappear? Oh no. I am Emerio Girl. I want to get this right. Yeah, it did. I'm really happy about it. It went really good. Imperial Girl. Cool. Everybody, we're gonna go raid Imperial Girl if you want to come. If you don't, well, that's okay too. Thanks. I really appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic. I love it when a stream comes together. And so, on that note, let me turn around and tell you, see ya. And let's see if it goes. There it is. Oh, shit.
Attack positions. Lock S foils in attack positions, guys, and hold on to butts because we're getting raided. Normally, I would take care of you myself, but instead, have some cats. Craft rat, you traitor. Hey, Heather. I'm just joking. This seems super loud today. Is it me or is it super loud? I feel like it's super loud. I just turned it down a little bit. Oh, my sound's also at 100. That's why. That doesn't help. 11th, how are you?
You two are grounded.
Jim Dolans, what's going on?
No Star Wars. And I want all this cleaned up.
Guys, hello? Hello? I'm catching up with chat. Welcome on in. Dude's arm is just hanging out there. How are you? You get sound today with the cats. I know, right? But I kind of, like, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the idea of, like, making up words for the cats. So, loud is